WBZ-TV4. This is Eyewitness News. Nightcast.
Good evening. Jack Williams is off tonight. David Whitman joins me. Here's what's happening. It is Friday in the Persian Gulf, and it is a diplomatic deadline, set by Iraqi President Saddam Hussein that also could be a test for his own mettle.
Because Iraq no longer recognizes occupied Kuwait as a sovereign nation, Saddam wants all foreign diplomats out of Kuwait City by Friday. Many nations say they will ignore the deadline.
But while they're thumbing their noses at the Saddam order, some, including the U.S., are taking precautions. Since getting the order for all diplomats to leave the city, the State Department has moved all non-essential personnel and dependents to the Iraqi border, and today evacuated the Marine Guards. That leaves just Ambassador Nathaniel Howe and about 10 officers in the embassy as possible targets of the Iraqi forces.
I think it would be another transgression that would add to the sense of international outrage at Saddam Hussein.
Saddam apparently tried to temper that image, appearing with a group of prisoners being held as shields against Western attacks. Saddam tried to turn that into a positive image.
I'm not speaking for propaganda purposes, but it is truly a humanitarian concern that we want you to be safe.
And U.S. officials are trying to analyze Saddam's latest ground moves. And intelligence sources indicate he has pulled his most elite fighting unit, as many as 50,000 men, back from the border with Saudi Arabia. And he substituted his second and third string units to dig in along the border.
The State Department called Saddam Hussein's appearance with the hostages today shameful theatrics. But Eyewitness newsman Mike Macklin reports that the Iraqi leader may be broadcasting another message, that those hostages could be Hussein's best hope for a peaceful solution to this standoff.
The Iraqi television tape shows Saddam Hussein greeting a group of about 20 Western hostages, adults and children. Their nationalities was not immediately known, but some spoke with British accents. All appeared in good health, though some seemed wary. Through an interpreter, Saddam said he ordered the Westerners interred at potential military targets to deter war, but did not intend to harm them.
Your presence here and in other places is meant to prevent the scourge of war. Because you are not hostages here. It is our religion, it is our duty as both Iraqis, as Arabs, and as human beings that we would want you to be safe.
I think President Saddam Hussein was really trying to show a gentler side.
Dr. Farouk El-Baz of Boston University met with Saddam Hussein in Baghdad about a year and a half ago and describes the Iraqi president as a calculating man.
During the last 2 days, he had been making approaches. He has been trying to say that I am willing to discuss things. I am willing to talk now.
We have taken nothing from England or from the United States. We have threatened none of them.
Saddam asked the hostages to forgive Iraq for holding them, telling one mother Iraq would ensure the children would be allowed to continue to attend school if they are held for any length of time.
The only circumstance that I would see that might harm these people now is the initiation of hostility. I mean military action. But I don't really think that there will be any harm to these individuals for as long as the status quo persists for a while.
Saddam Hussein has said the thousands of Westerners in Iraq and Kuwait will continue to be held until U.S. and other troops in Saudi Arabia are withdrawn and the economic embargo against Iraq is lifted. David?
Thank you, Mike. Former Secretary of State Edmund Muskie believes